the Velvet Snatch, and welcome to our wonderful little series about our time at DragCon UK 2023. We got to catch up with some amazing queens at the event. I'm here with the wonderful Thotter Stu.
Good day, good day, good day. It's been at least 3 minutes since our last recording, because we're recording all of these on the same day. Hello.
Don't let the curtain slip. Don't ruin the magic for them.
I just like breaking the fourth wall, you know. It's been a long time. We've all been indoors for too many years. Quite fun to break some shit.
Is there a back door that you haven't smashed in, though, Stu?
Still waiting on a couple of callbacks, if I'm honest.
Story of my life. And also we're here with Gymbunny Glenn.
Hello, again.
Seamless. Now, let's get straight into it, because we have a couple of interviews that we had. Now, the theme for this episode is UK Season 4, and it was strange, because obviously most of them were there. Was it most of them, or was it all of them, Stu?
I think we got the vast majority of the cast. I can't think of anybody that wasn't there.
I can't think of anyone off the top of my head who wasn't there.
I kept forgetting certain people. Like, I kept forgetting Cheddar Gorgeous was there, but it was because their booth was really out of the way and also constantly full. So you never saw Cheddar moving around at all. Like, it was literally like you just kind of, when we were walking around, we're like, oh, that Cheddar's got a booth and it's packed. Yeah. But, you know, they weren't ever randomly about anywhere.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
And even, we were gifted with some gorgeous T-shirts from Bobby's Bar and one for Danny, since they are massive fans. And when we went to see Danny, gave her the T-shirt, but then it was like, I'm just finishing off my booth, then we'll take some pictures. It's like, cool. Went back and it was, I've got the pink carpet now. Okay, we'll be back. Yeah. And eventually, it was third time looking, we got our lovely, lovely pictures, which are available on the Bobby's Bar Instagram and Facebook, I believe.
And ours,
yes, but we're gonna give Bobby's the benefit of the doubt here.
Yeah, because if you're ever in Newcastle, it is the bar to go to, and if you like it, you can get yourself your own T-shirt.
I think the great thing is, though, that we got to speak to the UK Season 4 queens that I think were the most surprising. Like, you know, it was one of these things, because we've already spoken to Cheddar, we've already spoken to, like, Danny Beard and whatnot, but we got to speak to Just May, Baby, and LaPhil, and I don't know, they're really fascinating. I remember what I said in the run-up to Season 4, where I kind of put Just May on blast from the introduction video, and I basically said I thought they were going to be terrible, I thought they were going to, like, not do very well, and technically, you know, like, what is it, they didn't do particularly well, but then meeting them in person, I'm like, oh, you're actually really funny, you're actually a wonderful person, like, to the point where, and seeing them perform on the main stage and just being like, oh, I want to see loads more of you, actually.
Crowds ran straight over when she was on stage, like, they knew that they were going to get a show from Just May.
Yeah, and I think it was people were surprised. I think people, you know, half of them were like, oh, this will be amazing. And then half of them were just like, I wonder what she's actually like, you know, and I think that's kind of cool. I don't think the format of the show helps everyone. So I think it's some people who are good at certain things. It's like, well, you know, that doesn't really come across properly on the show. And I think Just May was one of them. What did you think, Glenn?
Yeah,
we kept going back to her booth.
Yeah, we were best friends by the end. Like,
there is a photo from every day of all of us with her, isn't there?
Yeah, actually, every day we had a photo with her.
It was the outfits for me.
It's just one of those who owns her own branding, and she knows how to entertain and knows how to get the laughs.
Well, put it this way, this interview is less than 2 minutes long, and I think it's one of the funniest ones that we recorded all weekend.
And with that, let's have a listen to our interview with Just May.
Ooh, girl. It's me, Glenn, here with Velvet Snatch and Just May.
Hiya.
How you doing, Pat?
I'm great. I've just come off the main stage. Hence my leotard. There's a mouth in places that mouth should be.
So, obviously your run on Drag Race was tragically cut short. However, what challenge were you keen to do?
None of them. I went exactly when I should have. Yeah, which is first. I wasn't robbed, but if you do rob me, I will call the police.
So, what plans have you got for 2023?
We've got the Season 4 tour coming to some cities near some of you very soon in the dates that they are. All of the information is available at Boss tours. Google it. It's all there.
And
anyone from Boss here?
And what is your favourite city to visit?
Oh, I mean Manchester, but I've just started going to Liverpool for a few things, and actually I quite enjoy it there. Yeah, I like the Northerners.
Excellent. Well,
I don't read the Sun newspaper, that's why.
Well,
Are the Sun here? Good.
no. Thank you very much. It's been lovely chatting to you.
Perfect. I'll see you soon.
Yes, see you soon on Girl.
Get fucked.
I love that interview so much. It's at the end where she's just like, get fucked.
I mean, that was her exit line, wasn't it? So
I know, I just love it.
No, I think we got some really good content out of someone who just really was like, yeah, mate, that was it. That was my time.
Yeah, I like that they're in it for the ride kind of thing. Like they're just kind of going, yeah, cool, let's just do whatever. Let's, do that. And I kind of like the sincerity of it, that she is very, there's no delusion there, I think.
But the good thing about Just Mare is they can fully prove, how much of an entertainer and a sweetheart they are after the show. The show just kind of went, oh yeah, this is Just Mare, briefly, but here is Just Mare. And sometimes that's what you need, especially from a first out, because if you're going to leave first, most people get in their heads. Just Mare was like, no.
And I think it's the sort of thing of like, we're seeing them shine through in other stuff, because like people have told me, because I'm terrible with Twitter and whatnot, but people have told me that Just Mare is hilarious on her Twitter account.
I think Just Mare is one of those who entered the show and she went in with work smarter, not harder. She worked smartly. She went in, went out first, and has worked very smartly afterwards, and it pays off. And I'm sure we will get to see them in Newcastle sometime soon.
Ooh.
I feel like we might.
Foreshadowing there.
Manifesting.
The other person, speaking of someone in Newcastle, I met this next queen when they were performing in Newcastle, and it was wonderful. I got to have a wonderful little conversation with them about mental health and whatnot, and I kind of said, hey, you should come on the podcast sometime. So hopefully they're on the list somewhere, Stu. But no, we got to speak to Baby. Now, what were your impressions of them, Stu?
So I initially, before the show, had a little look, because I wasn't particularly familiar with Baby before the show, if I'm completely honest. I thought, oh, that could be quite a good one. But at the same time, you always need to reserve a little bit of judgment, because the ones that you think are going to do well sometimes end up being the first out, and the ones that you think are going to be the first out sometimes go at the top. With Baby, it's obvious that Baby is a performer. That's the one thing that we could definitely get, and we need to be some fashion elements, and that's what we got on the show. But obviously, the way that we've got on the show, there was a little bit of angry edit to an extent, when the girl group situation happened. And then obviously the exit is totally different to anyone's exit, that came before Baby. I love Baby. I think fantastic performer, lovely, lovely person to speak to, and future all-star, realistically, that they went out on a high. Had a lot of potential. I expect to see them in the future. Yeah,
well, that's exactly what we want from All Stars, isn't it? Where it's basically like the queens that didn't get their chance to shine. But I love how they went out. Like, I think it's really important, like, for someone with mental health issues to kind of know when it's time to go, nope, stepping away from this kind of thing, because it's very, very difficult to do that in the heat of the moment. And so I think that was kind of wonderful for them, that they were just like, oh, okay, nope, I'll try again later. And hopefully they'll get a chance. With that being said, here's our interview with Baby.
Ooh, girl. Me and Velvet Snatch here are joined by Baby. Baby, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you, darling. How you doing?
Very well, thank you. So, how's DragCon going?
I'm loving DragCon so much. This is my first big one, so I'm having the best time. Like, just meeting all the fans, it's really, really sweet, and just like seeing all my sisters from like international seasons I haven't met yet. Like, it's just been really amazing. I really loved it. I'm good. Yeah.
So you had a very unique exit from Drag Race.
If that's what they call it. Yeah.
Are we all good now?
Yeah, I'm vibing. Yeah, thing is, obviously we filmed it a while ago, so people watched it and we're like, I hope you're okay, and I'm like, oh, I'm good.
I've been good for months.
I'm at DragCon having a great time. No, I'm vibing.
So, is there anything that you feel like you would have loved to have gone back for, like a challenge that you feel like you missed that you could have excelled in, or?
You know what? I actually got to do stuff I really wanted to do, which I'm really happy about. Like, I've been sewing from when I first started doing drag, got to win that with Dakota. Girl group, I have a degree in songwriting. So got to do that. I got to do musical, obviously was in the bottom, but like I got to do stuff I wanted to do. So for me, like I'm really happy that I just got to do that and show what I'm good at, and then take that into the real world, and people will like it out here. So it's great.
What are your plans for 2023?
2023, more music's coming out. My music video's coming out soon. I'm in a short film that's coming out soon. Like lots of different bits. I'm in a campaign. It's going to be in supermarkets across the country.
Wow.
Got a few things happening. So yeah, like it's going to be a good year. I'm really excited.
Oh, wow.
Really excited.
Really excited too. It's been lovely speaking to you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Oh, it was so lush meeting Baby. She was just a really nice, chilled person to talk to. It was like just sitting down with a pal. And I loved how open and honest they were about everything. Even discussing like things with the show. So it was great. Now on to our next wonderful season 4 queen, which was the gorgeous LaPhil. And again, a really interesting booth.
Yeah, that was it. Now, they answer this in this interview that we're going to get to, but I thought it was really interesting how many queens had booths that they were, going to use as art later. Because when we spoke to Scarlett Bobo, she was doing the same thing where she had like this wonderful sort of wall and she wanted it to be this evolving piece of art. I thought it was a really good idea.
Me too. And I'm really excited to see what comes out of all the booths, the ones that are going to be turned into art.
Yeah.
That's going to be so interesting. I quite liked about, this is one of the few interviews that we actually did in a booth because we were blessed with the option of having a press room. This was one where I woke up on Sunday morning. It was like, oh, you can come to the booth and do the interview now. And I was like, oh, on the Sunday morning. This wasn't the best morning for me.
Because you two had been dirty stop-outs.
We may have had a few sherries and went to peruse the scene of London.
Did we even? We were out for like 45 minutes. Oh God! But yes, we had we had gentlemanly sherry with Ocean Aqua Black, who I fully blame for us being drunk.
Who was an icon and very, very fun to chat to.
Yes, but it was good motivation to get a message being like, yep, come interview the Phil, let's have a little chat, let's hang out in the booth. And honestly, would I have gotten up for many other people? Probably not. But, we got ready, we sorted ourselves out, we got to the booth quite quickly. And as a result, I would say this was quite a good interview. I liked it. And it was nice to properly meet LaPhil after chatting for a bit on Instagram. So,
with that being said, let's hear from LaPhil.
Oh, girl, I've got my voice back a little bit, and we're here with the delightful LaPhil. How you doing, my dear?
Hey there, babes. I'm doing well. I've got my voice full and strong. Full and strong.
You sound much better than me, my dear. Now, we've got a couple of little questions to ask you. The first one being, if you could redo any challenge on Drag Race, or if you have an ideal challenge that you didn't get to do, what would it be?
Oh, the one that I would have done is, I would have loved to done a fugly ball. Like, I would have learned to do the 3 challenges and wear something really, I love doing gross stuff, right? It's like my plug hole dress was a nod to that. Like, if I can wear the most grossest thing and turn it into like beauty and sculpture, then yes. So yeah, I would have loved that.
No, that sounds brilliant.
So, while touring, is there a favourite city that you've been to?
Oh, when I worked with Sync the Pinks, we did a tour with Mel C, and we went to Sao Paulo, like in Brazil. Oh my God, it was so much fun. There was 4 million people in the audience, and it took us about 5 hours to drive through, and it was, that was so fun. But I really want to travel across all the continents, and I want to do more in Hong Kong and Asia as well. So yeah.
Brilliant, because obviously it's wonderful that you're look at this wall behind us, the amount of love for Asian queens and the amount of love for you, repping Asian queens. It's amazing. How does that make you feel?
Oh, it's so lovely. This is the first, with this booth as well, it's my first DragCon. So I wanted to have a memento from the occasion and have this interactive piece where everyone can draw, sign on our canvas and stuff. And I'm going to turn the fabric into a dress and have it as a permanent, couture piece that I can keep forever. So
that's great.
So what's your plans for 2023?
My plans is to be bigger, better, bolder, and literally make more music and live my most philosophical life.
And is there anything that you'd like to promote while we're here?
Oh yeah, oh my God, I've got a CD. Oh my God, could you grab that red one? Johnny, or anyone. I need help here. Ta-da!
Look at
You
it.
can stream this on Spotify as well. The Philosophical, featuring lots of songs that I wrote basically for Drag Race. Every week I wrote a new song, so it's the first for the franchise to have that. So yeah, I'm very proud of it.
Was that done after the fact or was it during?
It was every time I designed a look, I always imagined about the world and about what the message was or the story. So the songs sort of give more context to the ideas and stuff. And so I did it in the gap between, but I released them during the show. So yeah.
That's amazing. No, thank you so much for speaking to us, LaPhil.
Thank you so much for having me.
I have to be honest, LaPhil was one of those ones where if you listen back to our predictions for season 4, I was very excited about LaPhil. I thought LaPhil would be a dark horse and would, I think everyone had kind of pegged them as like, nah, they don't look particularly interesting. But I was like, no, I'm really interested to see what they bring. And I don't think I was disappointed. I really enjoyed them in the season and I loved meeting them in person. And I have to admit, though, their booth was amazing. But I think out of all the queens, I think I like LaPhil's merchandise more because I bought loads of it, didn't I? I think what did I walk away with? I walked away with a poster, CD of their new album that's tracks inspired by each week of Drag Race, which is quite exciting. And the pin badges. The pin badges were the best thing in the entire world. Like, I'm so jealous of them as merch. I'm tempted to ask them, where did you get them from?
I think we also got some stickers, and there's a tote bag as well. So I think we pretty much were
carry it all.
Full collection. So yeah, I mean, the good thing about LaPhil is part of why we were a little bit excited was because LaPhil isn't just a drag artist; it's music as well. And that was sort of the intrigue before the season is, this is someone who doesn't focus just on drag. It's, I am drag, I'm a musician as well. And, that came across.
And we certainly got our fill.
We got our LaPhil.
I love that how the tote bag says, LaPhil me up.
LaPhil me up. It's brilliant.
No,
so it's probably one of my favourite items of merch that I got all weekend, actually.
Girl.
And there you go. Those were the wonderful queens we got to speak to from Drag Race UK Season 4. Now, we've got something special for you in our next episode. We got to speak to some of our favourite queens from UK Season 3, such as Teresa May, River Medway, and Ella Day. So you'll have to stay tuned for that episode coming out soon. We had a lot of fun at RuPaul's DragCon UK, which took place at the Excel London from 6th to the 8th of January 2023. But if you're still needing some drag convention action in your life, tickets are on sale for RuPaul's DragCon LA now. See you next time.